There is some news this morning that we just have to tell you about. The Cleveland Clinic is launching a breast cancer vaccine study with the goal of possibly preventing triple-negative breast cancer. Around 18 to 24 patients have been diagnosed with this highly aggressive type of breast cancer, and they're expected to participate in the trial. Each participant will receive 3 doses of the vaccine 2 weeks apart. Researchers will study how the patients respond to the treatment, and then the study is slated to be complete by next fall, where we will find out more about how many more other women could receive this breakthrough treatment. Joining us right now is Dr. Vincent Tuohy, one of the primary researchers working on the clinical trial. He's an immunologist at Cleveland Clinic's Lerner Research Institute and the inventor of this vaccine. Thank you for taking time to speak with us. We hear vaccine, and it sounds so promising. It's not a cure, as always, but to prevent one of the deadliest forms of cancer, how exactly does this work? Can you explain that to me in layman terms, as if I was like a 10-year-old child?
Well, it's modeled on the childhood vaccine program, which is prophylactic. You don't wait until you get polio and then vaccinate. You do it before. You provide the immunity preemptively. Our vaccine consists of 2 components. The alpha-lactalbumin vaccine target that's expressed in the majority of triple-negative breast tumors and an adjuvant. And it's really part of a larger program that I have to develop a primary vaccination program for adults. We have a wonderful vaccination program, childhood vaccination program that ends at 18. And then after that, all we have is the annual flu for primary vaccination of adults at a time when adults face breast cancer and all sorts of other diseases, prostate cancer, ovarian cancer. These are killer diseases, and I'm hoping that we could develop a program that extends from the 20th century childhood vaccine program to a 21st century vaccine.
Wow. That's fascinating.
To prevent these diseases.
It really is fast. It's almost as though the world has been begging for this. And I know it's been something that's about 20 years in the making. We only have time for one more question. But if this, again, is successful, is this something that could be expanded to help women who are predisposed to breast cancer genetically, that have a family history, no matter what strain of cancer it is?
Well, ultimately, that's our target population, women with BRCA1 mutations. They have a high risk of developing breast cancer, and the predominant form of breast cancer they get is triple negative. So we're going to start with that population and keep plugging away until we can prevent as many forms of breast cancer as possible. But right now, that's a good start to try and prevent the most aggressive form in the patient population that is has the greatest need for such a vaccine.
One more quick question, just because I'm thinking about it. You related this to how children have started becoming immunized as babies because of breakthroughs in vaccine treatments. Would you say this is one of the most significant discoveries, this vaccine for breast cancer, or potential vaccine, since the polio vaccine?
Well, I'm going to wait until we get results before I can make any claims like that. We have to get the results and see how effective it is. And this trial is just a dosage safety trial. So we have many years to go before we find whether it works or not, and whether it's available for the general population of women.
All right. Well, I'm certainly encouraged by your work here, and I think a lot of other families are too around the country who definitely have a loved one who has struggled and beat and sadly sometimes succumbed to breast cancer. But thank you, Dr. Tuohy, for your work, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Adrian.
Appreciate it.